Alright, hello everyone. We're going to continue with Sherlock Holmes. This is the third part and we're starting the third case normally. We've done this one, we've done this one, so now it's this one, the blood bath. Okay, let's hop into it. Oh, you can see the echo is back. Alright, it should be better like this. Let's go.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits. The pupil is dilated. The temperature appears to be normal. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in two young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but, what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes, and these two young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
One second he's dying and the next he's all alright. That wouldn't be the case in real life, I guess.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who...
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, A lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Alright.
What should we do next, Holmes?
We'll talk to him later.
The steam room. The steam room. The changing room.
So that's where the murder happened.
Frigidarium.
Well, the steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
Are these people going to be naked inside?
Champagne for a special occasion. An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled. Unopened, it was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session. Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
Alright, let's have a look.
Good Lord, Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
Mr. Holmes?
The grid cannot be removed. The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it. I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
Can I turn it off?
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
So they couldn't see.
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses
One nut.
are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Let's look at the body first.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
That's quite serious.
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
Well, death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
Meaning?
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
The weapon is nowhere to be found. I should check this blood sample at Baker Street.
It's probably not his. Or someone else's.
This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it. Blood traces wiped on the towel.
It's horrible. So Rodney, he's dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else? I found him.
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
None, Lestrade. Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Certainly, sure. Manchester.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentleman had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
But that means no one was able to leave the room unless they had a key.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared, but I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did not.
Did you leave the...
No, sir. I did not.
Me? Oh my god, I just selected the same one.
Did you...
No, sir. I did not.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention.
How does he not know about
These baths are becoming sinister.
Mr. Holmes?
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
This area serves as... tools used by archaeologists in their research.
Why is that over
I
here?
will need these tongs.
Oh yes, I can use these. Looks like a sheep.
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it? Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them. Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them. A glass plate negative is missing. It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue. Glass plate negatives, a remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement. Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
We don't have many leads here.
I should analyze this melted metal.
Alright, we'll go back to Baker Street first.
Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. Selenite. White clay particles. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to. The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans. Let us analyze this blood sample. This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. I must take a pipette and place several... water. This blood is heavily diluted with water. This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier. It appears to be silver, but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it. since silver's melting point is at around 900 degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver. The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver, Britannia silver quality. My analysis table. It is...
What should we do next, Holmes?
a map of London.
Alright, we'll go to the police station, ask them some questions, and we'll see.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes. Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Please A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
What about the dirt? You're sweating.
What is your occupation?
I am a counsellor at the district chamber.
And what were you doing at the baths?
Well, I follow the researches. I am interested in archaeology.
You follow them?
Yes. So many things happened and we need to know. Or perhaps it's better hidden.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
It was like working with a genius. He was a hard man, but then you know this world is hard. There are always people who want to steal from you. And he trusted me, but oh.
Are you feeling unwell?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is I remember. Oh, I feel so sorry.
Do you need anything?
I feel bad. I hear... No, nothing. I'm better now.
Please try to recall what you saw today.
The room was so hot. I had to remove my glasses. I was not feeling so very well in there.
But you found the body.
I saw the knife, you know, flying through the air. I saw the blood. I tried to escape. I don't remember.
Saw the knife? What did it look like?
Everything was as if in a nightmare. It all happened so fast. The knife was shining like gold.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
What? No.
We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
It didn't help. The power is too strong.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Well, he had been rather secretive these past few days. Last Thursday, for example, I saw him leave. When he returned, it was very late. He showed me some wet coins, Roman coins, and he started to laugh.
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either. Please escort this. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
And has it been successful?
It has, thanks to Sir Rodney.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no. But he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt, and I'd shared my researches with him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly?
Well, Sir Rodney was a cold man, and so very secretive, too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe it.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
Well, we entered the steam room, and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
Who the hell placed this bottle? And
We
why?
discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
No. Silver, you say? No, I don't know how it got there.
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me. Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
Please escort... Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
does that even mean, this thing?
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes, I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. But then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
You were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament. Suspicious. Authoritarian. Unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
Some melted silver was found inside the steam room brazier. Do you know where it came from?
Silver? No.
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
Oh, let's see what we can make of this so far. Not that much.
I'm not sure that...
Do you have something else to ask me?
I'm trying to rest.
Locked.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room. An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel. I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question. An old and rather dirty coin. Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil. To begin with, a few strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces. and then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that Watson won't mind if I use his.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well...
A hand-drawn map. An ordinary pencil. When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself. A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
An embroidered silk handkerchief. A fountain pen with solid gold trim. Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says. The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age. According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs.
The bruising is in lines. Some light bruising, caused by a rope. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
Some new place I can visit? Nope. Huh. I guess I should question the other guys again.
Please escort. Do you recognize this ring?
Certainly. It's the famous Aswan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad. And he has been acting strangely lately. He complains about voices and visions. I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
I wasn't paying attention.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
Liar.
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure what they agreed on.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight to defend Sir Rodney's expectations.
He's way too kind.
Please escort...
His ring! Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
It is after me now. I know it. I shouldn't have worked on it in the workshop. This is the coin that he showed me. It is from the 3rd century.
It must be very rare.
No, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Do be careful with the dosage.
I will.
I mean it.
Oh.
Please How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
With this not. This guy was definitely jealous.
Do you have something else to ask?
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to rest.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Locked.
Alright, luckily I checked that map. Now I know what to do next. Wait, give me 1 second. Alright, I'm sorry. That was actually longer than I thought. Okay, so that was this map.
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
Where the hell is this? Is it this? this?
Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
Aha. My mapping skills are unmatched. Alright, let's look for that treasure. Or at least the hole he went in.
This archaeological site has been abandoned. Why did Bentcliffe come here?
Oopsie.
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
Was it actually Roman if it was in England? Oh yes, the Romans did rule for a short period of time. Oh, I didn't know I could go first person. Well, I'm used to this now, so I'll keep rolling with it.
The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge. Vulcan, the god of fire and metalworking.
What the hell did they find here?
I don't need the ropes for now. I don't need the ropes for now. Excavating tools, a bucket.
Why did I need that thing?
I don't need the ropes for now.
Am I supposed to dig somewhere? Yo, this site is so big. There could be clues anywhere. The temple.
Construction hooks.
What was that sound here?
Neptune, the god of the sea. It is a statue of Minerva. It is a broken statue of a bull.
They all point in this direction. Millennium.
This railway is used to remove rubble from the site.
Alright, so we know that there's something down there.
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow.
Yes.
This is a
Expects to receive much of value. The work will increase the parts. Bitkins feels well and possible in definitely that one.
The gastrophats were used with ropes and hooks for sieges. This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
What the hell, man? That water makes so much noise. Why is that water moving so weird? So there's definitely something down here.
This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here?
So that's the bath.
I can see now. Frigidarium. It is located at the Roman baths in London. Someone took the time to hide the fresco, but what for? I need to visit this place.
Mr. Holmes, we've cleared the corridor to the Frigidarium. You can visit it now.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
All these events are bad for the baths.
So this is where the treasure was, or might be. That's why it collapsed. Someone was in here before me. Questionable.
Perhaps I could find some clues by activating the flagstones.
One-eyed face. Oh, and the other one. Well, I'm just going to push them all for now. I do wonder why sometimes I have the choice to press it again, sometimes I don't. So a Cyclops and the Forge guy. The Cyclops is here, but the Forge isn't. Trident and the helmet. Yet I still don't see the other one means. So the helmet should be pushed in. Tridents and a hammer or something. I didn't know if there was one. Jerk, no. Trident, yes. So is it pushed in? No. So how am I supposed to know? So I have the helmet, I have Neptune. more statues, weren't there? I'm going back. What are they making? A spear? Oh, they have fastest thing. Anyway, where are these other statues? So one is this one. The other one had a jug. This one was there as well. So the jug and the lady with the curvy hair. I'll just try those. We'll see if it's right. Move, Watson. Some spider, no. The jug. Yes. The trident, yes. This one not. I think this lady was laying here. Do they have to be in order or? No, not the spider. The helmet. I have no clue.
There are 12 pieces here. Let's try to gather them. I will count this piece as a starting point.
Jesus, I'm not even trying that.
It is a mold, and it is ready for casting. The mold is prepared for casting. We just need to fill it with certain material. Sir Rodney has made a reconstruction of the mythical golden knife. He seemed unafraid of maledictions, and yet half a glass of water should... us see what we have here.
This knife is very similar to that described by the coroner as the weapon that killed Sir Rodney.
You should not leap to any hasty conclusions, Watson. On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
So what is 1993, a remarkable year for my work in Egypt. So 1893.
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. Here it is.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
Let us try to create an object from silver by using the mold. It will take a minute to melt the silver with my gas burner.
That was quick.
Done. Now I can proceed further. The mold is hot. I should wait for it to cool down. Done. Now I... A homemade silver knife. Excellent. We have created a knife with the silver that we found. It could have been used to kill Sir Rodney.
It was extremely clever to create a weapon that could dissolve at the scene of the crime.
How could it be we found a block of silver? If the weapon melted in the fire, then it wouldn't be a block. It would have been a liquid. We'll go ask them again once more.
Please.
Alright.
What can you tell me about Mithras?
Oh, so much. It was the core of our work. Why do you ask?
Were you seeking the golden knife?
I see you are an amateur. Yes, the golden knife was our grail. It is said that it bears the only text explaining the ritual of the cult of Mithras.
I understand. I read something about immortality.
A myth. The knife would provide immortality only to the worthy one, and yet it is cursed, and it would kill you if you are not initiated.
Did you expect to find the golden knife at the baths?
Well, Sir Rodney thought that it might be there. Did you observe the knife representations there? They are so extraordinary, and we had hoped... It is a tragedy that he has passed away, taking all of his secrets with him. As soon as I've been released, I will continue Sir Rodney's researches in his...
Yes.
Please. Perhaps you could explain...
No, there is nothing to say.
But Sir Rodney believed that he was?
He was wrong. I have visions. The golden knife, the mummy, I would sort...
Calm down.
He is so worthless.
Please. The paintings in the...
Yes, they are what make this place remarkable.
And that is why...
He believed that the golden knife, which is an ancient ritual item, was hidden somewhere around the baths. I admit that it would be wonderful if it were true.
And you are not concerned by the reputation?
You mean the curse? Before someone is dead, it is a blessing. After they are dead, well, then it becomes a curse. Ha!
How did that make me any wiser? So what am I supposed to do now?
I'm trying to rest.
Do you have some...
Locked.
I haven't even got the slightest clue. Jesus, I have no clue what I have to do at the boss. But I know it's there. So there was something I could examine.
A hidden sign.
Symbol. Right, so was I able to examine it? No, I can't examine it. So the tridents.
A symbol.
Jesus. Spider none, I think. Nope. No symbol. No symbol.
A hidden symbol. Now I have all the clues to help me find where these symbols are leading. All I need is imagination. The signs are pointing to this bust.
Bust. Alright. More or less the same sort of puzzles were in Assassin's Creed. Interesting. Where did the door open? Is it that one? Yep. So that's where the killer fled, I think.
What is this place?
I am unsure, Watson, but everything points to the fact that it was the last place visited by Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. We are approaching the end of this mystery. I cannot see anything. I need some light.
Now, how am I supposed to find light?
I cannot see anything. I need some light.
It's not like there's a light button. This makes no sense.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Well,
A broken glass plate. What is it doing here? How very peculiar. An ice maker.
Why would Sir Rodney have brought such a device here?
isn't it for the steam or for the champagne?
Mithras, the god, clothed in Anatolian costume and wearing a Phrygian cap, killing the bull. This fresco resembles either a ladder or a hierarchy. The fire casts a shadow upon the floor. It resembles a bull.
Okay.
The pillar collapsed a long time ago. This shadow seems to represent a bridge. That is the symbol of Neptune, the god of the sea. We cannot go any further. A shovel, not from the Roman era. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of cat. It is very similar to the face of Mithras. The shadows show us the way to go. We will find Mithras after Neptune, the bull, and the bridge.
What does that even mean? Neptune, the bull, bridge. Oh, it's at the side. Jesus. This is actual. This is more geographical. Solving the actual murder. Okay, this one I am doing myself because it kinda looks like a puzzle and I can do that. I hope.
Done.
Bang.
Watson, could you please use this negative and your photographic equipment to process the photograph? Thank you, Watson. Now I must use reagents to develop the photo. Another archaeologist, most probably. Sir Rodney. Ice. Salt. The pyramids of Giza in Egypt. Ice cream in the desert. We are indebted to the Romans who developed the technique. Ice cream.
So that's it. Salt and crushed ice may help to create ice cream.
Is that important or? Does not look like it is. So we're at the right place. Jesus. Oh, look at the sign in the window. I didn't even see that. Definitely doesn't look as pretty once you're out the carriage. You would think if you are looking for something this old, you would be sprinting, but perhaps he's too old to do so. Oh yes, yes, yes. And the bridge should be here, no?
We should use the...
That's why I need the rope. And the crossbow. Jeez, I'm too good at this. So if I use this rope... Where is the rope again? Oh, just back to the right. The rope, the crossbow, I think that should be it. Alright. So is Sherlock Holmes getting immortality? I guess he is worth it. I think. Somewhat.
I should use... I should use the appropriate... I should use...
Mine? Mine? Oh, I still don't have that one thing. The iron thing. Was it somewhere in a house? Wait, I'll go and have a try.
There might be something behind... I have to find a way...
Right. I think it's in the... Oh no, maybe this. Yes. That should be everything.
Those rings on the bridge are perfect targets. This one is ready. This one is ready. The bridge is ready.
Use the quick
Now
scope.
let's cross it.
Let's see. What the fuck is the noise he's making? No. Please grab the rope. Come on. This doesn't make any sense. What the hell? makes it 10 times harder than it actually is. What the fuck? Why doesn't he go fucking forward? Look! What the hell is this? What the hell? Why doesn't he take a step? Why doesn't he take a fucking step? What the fuck, man? This makes no sense whatsoever. Girl, what the fuck, I'm just skipping this because this is freaking bullshit. This makes no sense whatsoever.
Are we inside the hidden temple of Mithras, Holmes?
I am not sure.
Yeah, baby, you should shut the fuck up. Jesus, what a
Which way should we go, Holmes?
That made no sense whatsoever. He didn't go forward. If I leaned the right way, all of a sudden he fell off. What the hell, man? That made no sense. Well, why am I looking
Which
at
way
that
should we
one?
go, Holmes?
I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium. I saw this symbol in the...
Oh, you did.
I saw this symbol...
Oh, and it's vegetarian. Yeah, but how do you know which one to follow?
I saw...
How am I supposed to know? Am I following the helmet? I think I am. Alright then, I guess not.
I saw...
Maybe if the game gave me any clue, but no, they just don't. Now we follow the bridge, I guess. How am I supposed to know? How? This makes no sense. This makes no sense whatsoever. So I guess that one is too heavy. Jesus Christ. Is there any reason to it, or the Helm of Mithras, I guess? Give me the golden knife. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm just going to follow this route. Wrong to be expected. Jesus, why does he always have to stand right in your way? It's not like he moves, no. Yeah, okay, I guess the whispering's helping me. Don't even have a clue how I got there.
Look, it's the golden knife. But how to get it? This lamp is not old. The oil is...
No, I do not think so. Remember, he went no further than the catacombs underneath the Frigidarium. Watson, I need your help.
Where is the open door? Can't you just climb over that? It's clearly not it. Yes, that's the one.
This mechanism seems inactive. I cannot leave Holmes trapped here alone, even though he did ruin.
So what's the last level doing? next to Holmes. Which one is this? So I'm guessing first like 3 rooms. What's this?
The golden knife of Mithras. A long-lost relic has resurfaced. Watson, it is time to conclude this case. Excellent. Now,
So now we'll work our way back. Oh no, that's the wrong one. They really don't have to show me each time which door I'm opening. They really don't.
This mechanism seems inactive. Most likely the door it controls has already been opened.
Oh, it's this door. That's why it's not working. Hi, Watson. He killed Sir Rodney to avenge an abuse of power. The death would be to his financial benefit. To merge as a luminary in his field, he uses some. It's so hard to actually give someone. Well, it's so hard to actually blame someone because he didn't have really bad motives. It wasn't pure murder.
Mr. Holmes, what happened?
This.
Is that the golden knife? How?
I also like to dig, you see, Mr. Blinkhorn. One never knows what one might find. Occasionally, remarkable rarities, such as this. The thrill of the discovery, and one's own enhanced reputation. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, are you suggesting that...
I am not suggesting anything. I know. You found the knife. You are an intelligent man. The ghost knife shall remain one of the most ingenious constructions I have seen in my career, I do assure you.
I don't understand.
Yes, you do. I am praising your performance, your perfect murder.
What? Wait, are you accusing me of murder? No, I deny it.
Mr. Blinkhorn, it is no use to deny it. I know the truth. You had no choice. Because it was you who found the golden knife, and therefore you had to be the murderer. Sir Rodney was determined to receive all the credit for the find, when in fact it was your work. He would have crushed you to be sure that you could never tell the truth. But I uphold the truth, and I will tell it.
What do you mean? That you will save me?
What I mean is that you deserve a second chance. I shall be following your career with the keenest interest, Mr. Blinkhorn. Farewell.
Huh? Was he letting him off? Or what the hell?
The game is afoot, not a word.
Alright, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like or subscribe if you'd like to. That would really help me out. I've only just started. I hope you enjoy the series. I think it's a very interesting game. It's quite mysterious and actually more fun than I thought it would be. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well in the quarantine. Wish you all the best. Till next time.